Hello and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda HM04 Princess. In this part, we go through more of the... I forgot to look up this place's name again. God damn it. So anyway, I'm kind of an asshole about making sure that I get full health in these games.
Well, I mean, you have free healing right here, so you might as well.
Yeah, pretty much. But
the soup
anyway,
gets better as you go through the dungeon?
Because you're adding more ingredients.
Yeah. So it starts off only healing 2, and then it'll heal 4. And once you get the last one, it's basically an infinite source of red potion. Pretty much. Nice. Although at the beginning of the dungeon, I didn't have space in my bottles, so I drank a blue potion, which was a waste, but whatever. It's not like I have a money problem.
It doesn't... Well, it also doesn't matter because you could just keep filling up until you're full healed here.
Yeah, but if I'm in like a dangerous spot in the middle of the dungeon, I would want to be able to heal, there, I suppose, if that makes sense. So, like, heal back up to full if I'm down near to the end in the middle of the dungeon. Although taking damage isn't really a huge problem in Twilight Princess, because most of the time it's not...
Unless you're doing Ganon Hero mode or something.
Yeah, like if you're doing Ganon Hero mode, then sure, but... other than that, usually taking damage isn't the hard part about Twilight Princess. It's more...
No, I'd say this... The only real hard parts are kind of the puzzle solving for dungeons. The game otherwise is fairly easy.
Yeah, it's not hard in a way that you'll die a lot. It's more hard in that you'll get stuck every once in a while. Yeah. Even then, though, I wouldn't say it's a super challenging Zelda game, because even on my first time through, I don't think that there was anything... in like any mandatory puzzle, at least.
No, I'd say like even I'd say even dungeon-wise, A Link to the Past is harder, but that's mostly just because some weird design decisions they make.
I think
Was it weird or antiquated?
A little bit of both.
I tend to get stuck in the 2D Zelda games more often, which you think it would be weird because there's less of a dimension to work with in that. So, but like I tend to get lost and stuck in those games.
One of the reasons I find is that the puzzle design is denser in the 2D Zelda games than in the 3D ones. So you wind up having to do a little bit more with it in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the some instances where, like, I just don't like a lot of the 2D Zelda puzzles where it's just like, okay, then just bomb this wall that you didn't know that you were supposed to bomb. That's not really a puzzle. That's just either bombing every individual wall or doing the trick where you tap the wall with your sword, which I don't even know if any of the games tells you that you can do. And even then,
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening tells you can do that?
I think Link's Awakening tells you if you do that, if you go out of your way to look at the tutorial.
I know it's not a 2D game, but Ocarina of Time tells you about that.
I think someone might actually mention it if you talk to the NPCs as well, but I might be missing.
Yeah, but you see the thing though with that, Ryan, is that walls that could be bombed in Ocarina of Time clearly have cracks.
Yeah,
and so they make different sounds.
And you don't need to use the sword mechanic. Link's Awakening, I thought, tried to have it both ways, and I didn't like that about it.
Yeah, because some of those games, some of the 2D games, like, there are cracks on some of the walls, but some of the walls don't have cracks, but you can still blow them up. So it's like, how are you supposed to know? Unless if you want to literally tap every wall, which is tedious and dumb, so don't make me do that. Please and thank you.
I think you can usually see on the map as well areas on the map where it looks like there might be something like a suspicious looking gap on the map where a room could easily fit.
Sometimes that's the case for if there's like a space for a room, but sometimes a room is next to another room and there's not a door where there's supposed to be a door, but you have to kind of remember that room's layout and whatnot in that instance. I didn't think to pick up the ball and chain at this point, which I think is what you're technically supposed to do.
No, you're supposed to claw shot above him, around him, when he throws it, so you have easy access to his tail.
Oh,
like that.
Oops. But he turns around pretty quickly, so... Ow!
Man, it's a good thing past tech can hear future Ryan.
Well, I'm just more confused because he says he's played this game before.
I played it once.
Fair enough.
And
okay, also, I can kind of give it a pass, too, because, like, even when I played this game again, like, I played it more than once, and I still couldn't remember what the frick to do against this guy. I got torn apart by him.
Unless if it's a game I played a lot, puzzles I don't tend to remember the solutions for. Sometimes I'll remember partway through, but I'm not gonna, in this instance particularly, I'm not going to...
Failure.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know what he thought he was going to do with that. But...
Failure to launch.
Also, in my defense, the way that the camera looks when you're Z-targeting, which is what you're almost always doing when you're fighting an enemy, doesn't show the ceiling. And so it's easy to not notice the
mesh.
grapple points on the walls. Also, part of me just likes that instead of finding it in a chest, he just leaves the ball and chain behind, and it's like, okay, this is mine now.
You made this? I made this.
I made this. So how do I use this?
It's a giant metal ball, Link.
You throw it at things.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I thought it was one of those skip it things.
Oh, I remember those! Oh my gosh! Oh man, that's so 90s.
Yeah, they are.
Skip it things?
Skip it. Skip it.
Skip it.
Skip it.
Oh, the thing around your ankle?
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
roller that you put on your ankle.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember now. That is very 90s.
That-
I forgot
that-
those
and
existed, and I owned one.
Yeah, those and sock and boppers were the most 90s things.
I never owned sock and boppers or the moon shoes.
The moon shoes were terrible.
You played with moon shoes? You had them?
Moon shoes
I didn't
are
have them, but I
scary.
knew someone who did.
I never had moon shoes. Well, we had sock and boppers, and I never again. Because
You mean they weren't more fun
Honestly,
than a
it
pillow
was just
fight?
Arthur that made me want moon shoes.
yeah, more fun than a pillow fight, but you're also likely to get more concussed.
Okay, it's always been a dream of mine to get a bouncy house, moon shoes, sock and boppers, and then just have a brawl with somebody.
It's like, and have Matrix fights.
Dude,
Oh my god.
you can't
While-
tell me
while
that
skipping.
wouldn't be awesome. Well, wait, how would you get this? How would you skip it with the moon shoes in the way, though?
You just spin it around your ankle.
In
Yeah.
before broken ankles.
The moon shoes would get in the way of it, though.
Broken ankles everywhere.
Oh, no, not just the ankles. Probably all of us would get broken.
Probably your shin, yeah.
Broken
No,
everything.
no. You put the skip-its around your wrists.
And you use them as like the ball and chain.
Yeah, it's like defensive gyroscopes.
While you
Either
were
that or a
out there having
helicopter.
sex, I was mastering the sock and bopper. And now you come to me for help.
I thought that the master word was gonna go in a different direction. I was like, whoa!
I just realized her feet are like 2 feet at the same time. Like if you look at her feet, she's got like the shapes of 2 feet on each foot, if that makes sense.
Well, what
I know
they
what you mean.
probably did was they probably just put two normal human models' feet together.
Yeah, but it looks cool. Ow.
Ow.
Rude.
Cheese.
So rude.
Just putting the cheese into the soup makes it better. You didn't cut it up or let it take time to cook. And he also
This makes everything better.
Also, I like the fact that we need to find a pumpkin in order for him to put the pumpkin into the soup, even though there is a barrel full of pumpkins right behind us at the moment. And he...
Maybe it was the only right pumpkin.
I mean, I guess.
I love a good soup, though.
Same.
I mean, it always depends on what kind of soup.
I do like the fact that he's cooking her soup that will replenish her hearts in order to make her feel better, though.
That is adorable.
Love.
I love these
True
guys.
love.
Love.
I don't know, something about them being really dumb is just endearing
Yeah, they're
to
not.
me.
They're not very bright.
Yeah, but they're not like, I'm stupid kind of dumb. They're just like forgetful and whatnot, which I don't know. They're cute.
I also get the feeling that we're, like, she's intentionally playing us and we're bribing her.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Because remember how the dungeon ends?
Yeah.
We find her already in the room with the mirror. So I like to
No,
think
she
that
she
she's
follows.
in-
No, she follows us to the mirror.
Yeah, she follows
Does she
us
follow
up.
us to the
Yeah.
mirror? Okay. Because yeah, I remember originally thinking that she's intentionally fucking with us because she doesn't want us to get into the mirror.
Well, I don't know. It's a
No,
little bit
she
confusing.
doesn't. No, it's a little confusing. She doesn't seem to be any At least if that is happening, she's not aware that she's doing it.
Yeah, because she's being corrupted by it is the big thing.
Yeah.
But it's not so... If she's not really trying to be malicious about it, though, is something.
Yeah, I just found like that she keeps forgetting about where this is at, is like intentionally giving us a hard time.
Minna thinks she's screwing with us. I remember specifically if you talk to her, she's like, again? Like, something's not right with her is something that she'll say every now and again. Although, one thing I do wish that was in this game, I wish Minna had more dialogue. Because every time you select talk to Minna, she only says one thing until the next set story point. Whereas the other assistants, who nobody likes as much as Minna, have way more dialogue. So,
No, I like Tattle.
Yeah, I know.
Tattle's good. I like Tattle.
Yeah, but will Fi like describe enemies and things like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Unfortunately,
I know that a lot of people don't like Fi.
Oh, she is the worst.
I mean, I only know her.
I'm so torn on Fi because, like, as a game mechanic, she's, like, she really is the worst. But as, like, as a vessel for the story, I like her theming and I like her. So it's like playing the game.
I don't even like that part of her.
I do.
It's just I find her character quirk to be just uninteresting compared to Tattle and Midna.
And kind of aggravating, really.
Like cold, calculating. Okay, that's I understand where they're going, but I
it's
just don't
weird
think
because
she's
I feel like
just
if
a
she
little
talked
robot.
less, it would probably be less that way. Like I like the idea of her, and I like the direction that they went with her, but they pushed it too far. And the fact that she's always like that, and for every single piece of dialogue,
and most of her dialogue is just repeating what we have already been told.
Yes, exactly, and it's like as a part of the game, yes, she definitely gets the short end of the
she
stick.
feels more
but,
of as an accessory than a character.
Yes.
I mean, technically she is, but...
Well, you know what I mean.
But the character half of her, when she actually, like, is a part of, like, cutscenes and stuff, I find her more interesting.
She's just a robot to me. She doesn't do
I
anything
like
of
robots.
interest.
Are you saying things about robots,
hey, robots
Ryan?
are cool.
Robots are people, too. Look
I
at
think
Metatron.
one of the problems with that character type is that it's been done to death, especially in Japanese stuff.
Oh, what the hell? I hit the...
How did it miss?
How did it miss?
I don't know. Well, see, the answer is that you're not supposed
More
to shoot it at
bombs.
that. You're not supposed to shoot it at those. You're supposed to hit them out of the way, and
With the
then
ball and
shoot
chain.
it through the hole. But those things are basically a ball and chain that you can shoot out of a cannon, and you can hit those things with the ball and chain and move them. So we should be able to knock those things out of the way with the cannon, but we can't because
What?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to break the ice. It didn't work.
Okay. Well, you're horrible. You need more time with women.
You know, I'd figure that shooting a cannon at someone is a pretty good way to break the ice, you know? It certainly starts a conversation. It's usually
Oh, no, I think it ends it.
Well, if they're...
No, seriously.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Pendulum puzzles.
It started as a romantic night until we brought the cannon out. And I was like, what the fuck?
Hey, babe, are you ready to see my cannon? Is that what you call it? Yeah, look. Oh.
I prefer trebuchets to superior launching device.
Dope.
Thankfully, though, you don't have to backtrack if you do what I do and commit suicide.
Yeah, that's one of those outside the box things.
Yeah, because you get warped back to where you
To
enter
the entrance.
room. So, yep.
Like how he's still carrying it, but can still jump.
This was that time in gaming where people were fucking fascinated with these physics puzzles, wasn't it?
It was only a couple years after Half-Life 2, right? Because that was like 2004.
Four.
Yeah. So yeah,
Really, I thought people wouldn't get enamored with those kind of physics puzzles until like Portal.
Well, no, Half-Life 2 had the gravity gun and all that other crap.
Also,
So that
the
Portal was just
seesaw.
kind of the... Yeah. The Portal was just kind of the logical extension of that.
Portal, a lot of people also forget, wasn't originally its own game. It was a side collection. It was a side minigame that came in a Half-Life 2 bundle with Half-Life
and 2 for
Team Fortress 2 and the 2 Half-Life 2
things,
extensions. So it wasn't really like it was meant to just showcase more of the physics stuff that was already in Half-Life.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even its own game. It was just kind of it was just a game called Vernacular Drop.
Oh yeah, I remember that because it was like a college student game at first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to discount Portal. It's still an amazing game, but
I still need to play it.
It's good. Like honestly, it's probably dirt cheap at this point because it's like 15 years old.
I'm pretty sure I own it.
Oh, okay,
I just have never
13.
gotten to
Sorry,
play it.
because it was like 2006. But hold
No,
on.
I'm just shuddering because that still makes me feel old.
Okay, Portal. Yeah, okay, it's $10 on Steam, but if it's on sale, it goes down to like $2. So
I'm gonna wait for a sale and pick it up.
It's really good though. I recommend it. You should.
It's
That'd be a good game for you to stream.
Ooh, you know what? You're right. I might actually do that.
it's also something you can reasonably take out in a sitting or two, because
Fair enough.
even a full playthrough session is like 4 hours, I think, on the first time through.
Something about there.
Oh, okay.
Even if unless if you get really stuck on something, but yeah. So it's not one thing that I appreciate about it is that it doesn't outstay its welcome. Whereas I know I haven't. I haven't played Portal 2, but that one feels like it goes on a little bit too long.
It has those long sequences where it dwells on its story for a length of time, and that can make replaying it a little bit rough. But
a first time through, it's all right.
Yeah.
Feels like.
First time through is amazing.
yeah, it's very entertaining story material. So
Yeah.
Ooh, well, I'm excited. I'm gonna do that.
You
One of these
should
days.
play Portal 1 first, though.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a Portal month.
Sounds
That's
good.
all I stream.
Portal Muffin, it only lasts a week. They're not very long games.
Time to play through it again.
Then do the co-op mode of Portal 2 and don't actually record your co-op playthrough, but do the whole thing post-commentary instead.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
That was
No, it wasn't.
that was not our best decision.
I do like how the Portal 2 single-player run went when we did it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
What was it? What became our fucking quote of that playthrough? We canceled Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah. And we still haven't done Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah, we still have.
Oh no.
Nope.
No, that was one of the first things I ever recorded for the channel, but because, 11-minute parts, we were still getting used to doing what we were doing, and
Yeah.
I'm not good at Devil May Cry games, we canceled it.
To be honest, though, now that 5 is out, 4 seems like we wouldn't really be getting much out of it to do a DMC4 playthrough.
I mean, unless we wanted to have a game where we spend half the time screaming as Johnny Young Bosch.
We can do that in 5.
Yeah, but that's a third of the game, not half.
Oh, it's about half.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nero and Dante have the same number of mandatory missions, actually. Yeah.
What about other dude?
No, V, he's
Adam
got
Driver.
he's got like 4 mandatory missions and 2 where you have the option to play as him or someone else.
I was kind of hoping his name was Other Dude.
No,
I
his name is Adam Driver. That's the first thing everyone thought of when they saw him.
Yeah, when I played the game myself last week, I thought that's Kylo
Is
Ren.
he is he shirtless at any point?
He has the open vest thing, yeah.
He has like an open vest and a sleeveless shirt showing off his demon tattoos.
Nice.
Let's be fair, okay? V is cooler than Kylo Ren.
Yes, he is.
Well, Kylo Ren is purposefully not cool.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
like the point.
In this essay, I shall explain.
But
Welcome to my TED Talk.
Yes, you are, Ted, and you are indeed talking.
a lot of people
Yep.
find that unsatisfying, and I don't fully understand why. But I semi get it. Like, you want your cool villains and your fun escapist fantasy. I get it.
Well, honestly, like I know that we're on a complete tangent now, but honestly, Kylo Ren's probably the most interesting villain in Star Wars because it's
Yeah.
not like it's not like Darth Vader or Palpatine or any of them were good villains because they were complicated. They were good villains because they had presence. You know?
Yeah.
Like, Kylo Ren's really the only one that's had, like, a character arc and stuff like that. And, I mean, granted, you can dislike the way that they...
Well, Vader's had a
it.
character arc, so to speak, but
it just...
wasn't a very good one.
yeah. Pretty much.
Ooh.
Yeah, I pushed it.
Although, you know, I'm a little harsh on Anakin. He has his moments. Just most of those moments aren't in the movies. They're in like Clone Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a damn.
It's amazing
good
how
show.
it's amazing how much better Anakin is when he's not being written by George Lucas.
Well, yeah, there's. I mean, granted, the concept's pretty cliche, but there's places to go with it, for sure.
Yeah.
The unfortunate thing is the Clone Wars was supposed to go on for another season before they canceled it. And like they had like the story concept for that season all set up and everything. It's like what was it? Ahsoka gets ejected from the Jedi Order, so there was supposed to be this story arc where she was, you know, going around doing her own thing outside of the Jedi Order. And they released...
I don't want to interrupt this conversation, but what song is this?
Oh,
It's
the Ice Cave from Pokemon Gold, Silver and Crystal.
Okay, I was like, why does this sound so familiar?
Because it sounds like Game Boy music, and all Game Boy music sounds the goddamn same.
You shut your fucking
Okay,
mouth.
that's also fair, but also...
Because the background beats the same beat to, not Green Day, Coldplay's Clocks. The
Cold.
do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It's the same piano.
You're doing the same thing over and over again here?
Yep. Yep.
It's not working. Stop.
This is why I sped it up. It takes a little bit of time. You see, it's harder for me because I keep on changing my orientation. So I'm not looking at it in the right way, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not looking at...
You're literally just doing the same thing over and over on different sides of the...
Yeah. I mean, granted, the
meant to help.
the idea basically is, I think this is the point where I'm actually starting to figure out how you're supposed to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, you're supposed to leave one at one point next to the switch, and then maneuver the two around to the other side of the box.
Yeah, so it results in a lot of you moving a lot of the blocks to the same places.
Yes.
Over and over. You just have to move one out of the way and then start moving another one to a different spot. It's just it took me a while, pretty much.
I do love those kind of puzzles, though.
I hate those puzzles. I'm so bad at them. My little brain cannot comprehend.
I like them when I'm actually figuring them out. I hate them when I'm pushing stuff and then just hoping to stumble across the answer by accident.
I mean, that's how I do it from the get-go. I just push and cross my fingers.